Hey book lovers! Today, we're diving into Cal Newport's modern classic, Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World, a book that has helped countless readers reclaim their attention and boost productivity in today's always connected world. Whether you're a professional seeking greater focus, a student looking to get more out of study sessions, or just someone hoping to improve their attention span, this video has something for you. We'll start with an overview of the book, followed by a spoiler-free summary to help you decide if Deep Work deserves a spot on your reading list. If you're looking for a quick preview, feel free to check out after that section. But if you're ready for more, stick around. We'll dive into a detailed review, breaking down Newport's key concepts, like the benefits of deep work versus shallow work, and the value of uninterrupted focus in reaching your biggest goals. Lastly, for those who want to dig into the details, we'll explore Newport's most effective strategies for building a deep work habit and cutting out distractions. So, settle in and let's explore the world of deep work. Whether you're aiming to strengthen your focus, increase your productivity, or redefine your relationship with technology, this video will give you a full tour of Newport's insightful work. As Newport reminds us, mastering deep work isn't just about efficiency. It's about developing a skill that gives you the edge in a world full of distractions. Let's get started. Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World by Cal Newport is a transformative nonfiction book that falls under the genre of self-help and productivity. Published in 2016, it has received widespread acclaim for its compelling insights into focus and productivity, earning recognition as one of the best modern guides for those seeking to excel in a digitally connected world. In Deep Work, Newport explores the concept of deep work, which he defines as the ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks. According to Newport, this skill is becoming increasingly rare, yet it is more valuable than ever in a world where endless digital distractions dominate our attention. He contrasts this focused, meaningful work with shallow work, tasks that are low value and easily replicable, such as answering emails or browsing social media, which often fill up our days but rarely move us closer to our goals. The book is structured into two parts. The first part presents Newport's case for the benefits of deep work, explaining how it leads to high-quality work, greater job satisfaction, and a competitive advantage in today's attention-scarce economy. The second part provides practical, actionable strategies for cultivating a deep work habit, with methods for minimizing distractions, organizing time, and creating environments that support sustained focus. Deep Work has resonated with a wide range of readers, from students to entrepreneurs, as it addresses the modern challenge of maintaining focus in a culture that often rewards constant online engagement. Newport's approach combines psychological research with practical advice, making it a go-to read for anyone looking to master their attention, eliminate distractions, and build a career or lifestyle around high-quality, impactful work. Deep Work by Cal Newport presents a compelling argument for the importance of focused, undistracted work in our increasingly distracted world. The book begins by introducing the concept of deep work: professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push our cognitive capabilities to their limits. Newport argues that this skill is becoming increasingly valuable in our economy, while paradoxically becoming increasingly rare. Through a combination of research, case studies, and historical examples, Newport demonstrates why the ability to perform deep work is crucial for success in today's knowledge economy. He explores how technological advances and modern workplace practices, while intended to improve productivity, often work against our ability to engage in meaningful, focused work. The book is divided into two main parts. The first part builds a compelling case for why deep work matters, exploring its importance from economic psychological, and philosophical perspectives. Newport challenges common workplace assumptions and demonstrates how many current trends may be undermining our ability to create real value. The second part of the book provides practical strategies for cultivating a deep work practice in your professional life. Newport presents different approaches to scheduling deep work, techniques for training your ability to concentrate, and strategies for managing the shallow work that often dominates our days. He offers concrete methods for reducing the impact of digital distractions and creating environments conducive to focused work. Throughout the book, Newport maintains a balanced perspective, acknowledging that some amount of shallow work is necessary while providing strategies for minimizing its impact on our ability to perform deep work. He challenges readers to rethink their relationship with technology and productivity, offering a philosophical framework for approaching work in the modern age. Deep work isn't just about productivity. It's about finding meaning and satisfaction in our professional lives through the cultivation of skilled, focused work. The book provides both the theoretical foundation for understanding why deep work matters and the practical tools for implementing it in our lives, making it a valuable resource for anyone looking to thrive in the modern knowledge economy. Cal Newport's Deep Work offers a timely and compelling argument for the importance of focused, undistracted work in our increasingly connected world. The book's greatest strength lies in its seamless blend of theoretical foundation and practical application. Newport skillfully combines research from neuroscience, psychology, and productivity studies with actionable strategies, making complex concepts accessible and implementable. The book particularly excels in challenging popular workplace trends, such as constant connectivity and open offices, with well-reasoned arguments backed by research. Newport's introduction of the craftsman mindset provides a refreshing alternative to the common follow your passion advice. However, the book has some limitations. While Newport acknowledges different work situations, his solutions sometimes feel more suited to academic or highly autonomous professionals. Those in client-facing roles or positions requiring constant availability may struggle to implement some of his more rigid recommendations. Additionally, while the book extensively covers individual strategies, it could have devoted more attention to implementing deep work within team environments and organizational cultures. The social media critique, while valid, occasionally feels oversimplified. Despite these minor shortcomings, deep work remains a valuable resource for anyone seeking to enhance their professional effectiveness. Its core message about the importance of focused work in an age of distraction is more relevant than ever, and its practical strategies provide a solid framework for implementing meaningful changes in one's work life. Part 1. The idea of deep work. In the first part of Deep Work, Cal Newport establishes why cultivating deep work is crucial in today's distraction-driven world. He explores the value of focused, undistracted work and presents a compelling argument for why this ability is increasingly rare yet profoundly beneficial. Newport contrasts deep work with shallow work, tasks that don't require intense focus but often fill our schedules, and explains how embracing deep work can lead to greater productivity, satisfaction, and mastery. This section sets the foundation, showing readers why developing deep work skills is essential for professional and personal success. Chapter 1. Deep work is valuable. In this foundational chapter, Cal Newport introduces and explores the concept of deep work, which he meticulously defines as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. The chapter begins by highlighting a crucial paradox in our modern economy. While the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly valuable, it's simultaneously becoming increasingly rare. Newport illustrates this through the story of Jason Ben, a young finance professional who transformed his career through dedicated, deep work, learning complex programming skills in a remarkably short time through focused, deliberate practice. Newport builds his argument by examining the current economic landscape, where three groups of people are particularly poised to thrive: those who can work well and creatively with intelligent machines, those who are the best at what they do, and those who have access to capital. For the first two groups especially, the ability to quickly master hard things and produce at an elite level is crucial. These abilities, Newport argues, are fundamentally dependent on one's capacity for deep work. He reinforces this point through historical examples, including Carl Jung's retreat to Bollingen Tower, where isolated deep work led to groundbreaking psychological theories, and Nate Silver's rise to prominence through focused analytical work in political forecasting. The chapter delves into the neurological basis for why deep work is so effective at helping us master complex skills. Drawing on research about myelin, the biological insulator that helps neural circuits fire faster and cleaner, Newport explains how focused attention on a specific skill strengthens the relevant neural circuits. This biological understanding underscores why deep work is essential for learning and mastering new abilities. He contrasts this with the shallow, fragmented attention that characterizes much of modern work life, explaining why such scattered focus is insufficient for developing expertise or producing truly valuable work. Newport also addresses the economic implications of deep work, arguing that as automation increases, the ability to learn complex things quickly and produce at an elite level becomes increasingly crucial for survival in the job market. He presents compelling evidence that those who can't cultivate this ability risk falling behind in an increasingly competitive and automated economy. The chapter concludes by examining how deep work enables two core abilities: learning hard things fast and producing at an elite level, both of which are becoming increasingly crucial in our economy. Chapter 2. Deep work is rare. This pivotal chapter examines the paradoxical scenario where deep work, despite its increasing value, is becoming increasingly scarce in modern knowledge work. Newport begins by identifying what he calls the metric black hole in knowledge work, the fundamental difficulty in measuring the true productivity and value creation of knowledge workers. This measurement challenge leads organizations to default to what he calls busyness as proxy for productivity, where visible activity like responding to emails or attending meetings becomes a stand-in for actual productivity. Newport introduces several structural forces that actively work against deep work in modern organizations. The first is what he terms the principle of least resistance, where in the absence of clear feedback loops about what really creates value, knowledge workers tend to gravitate toward behaviors that are easiest in the moment. This often manifests as constant email checking, meeting attendance, and other forms of shallow work that provide a sense of productivity without necessarily creating significant value. The chapter explores the phenomenon of attention residue, drawing on the research of Sophie Leroy, which shows how switching between tasks leaves a residue of attention stuck thinking about the previous task, reducing cognitive performance. This research helps explain why the modern habit of constant context switching is so detrimental to deep work. Newport connects this to the rise of open offices and instant messaging, showing how these trends, while intended to increase collaboration, often result in a work environment that makes sustained concentration impossible. Newport then examines what he calls the cult of the internet, where businesses have embraced an almost religious devotion to connectivity and communication tools, regardless of their actual utility. He provides numerous examples of companies that have adopted social media strategies or communication policies without any clear evidence that these tools actually improve their bottom line. This section includes a particularly compelling analysis of how the any benefit mindset, The idea that if a tool provides any benefit at all, it must be good, leads to the adoption of tools and practices that ultimately harm our ability to perform deep work. Chapter 3. Deep work is meaningful. In this philosophically rich chapter, Newport moves beyond the purely practical benefits of deep work to explore its deeper psychological and existential value. He begins with a neurological argument, drawing on research about how the brain constructs meaning from our experiences. Newport explains how focused attention on meaningful work creates stronger neural patterns and more lasting satisfaction than the scattered attention characteristic of shallow work. The chapter delves deep into the concept of flow as researched by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, explaining how deep work naturally creates the conditions necessary for flow experiences. Newport examines the connection between flow experiences and life satisfaction, arguing that the regular experience of flow that comes from deep work is a crucial component of a fulfilled life. He provides compelling examples of craftspeople and knowledge workers who find profound satisfaction through immersive, focused work. Newport challenges the popular passion mindset, the idea that the key to occupational happiness is to find work you're passionate about. Instead, he advocates for what he calls the craftsman mindset, which focuses on creating value through dedicated skill development. This section includes detailed examples of how the craftsman mindset leads to both better work outcomes and greater personal satisfaction. He examines how this mindset naturally aligns with deep work, as the development of craft requires sustained, focused attention. Part 2. The Rules of Deep Work. In the second part, Newport offers actionable strategies to help readers cultivate a deep work habit. This section is a practical guide, providing specific methods to reduce distractions, structure time effectively, and create an environment that supports sustained focus. Newport's rules serve as a roadmap, guiding readers in transforming their routines and mindset to prioritize deep work consistently. By implementing these rules, readers can develop a disciplined approach to focus and productivity, ultimately reshaping their approach to work and life in a way that aligns with their most important goals. Rule 1. Work deeply. This extensive chapter serves as the practical cornerstone of the book, where Newport provides detailed, actionable strategies for implementing deep work. He begins by introducing different scheduling philosophies for deep work, each suited to different lifestyles and work demands. The monastic philosophy, exemplified by Donald Knuth, involves eliminating nearly all shallow obligations and dedicating oneself almost exclusively to deep work. Newport explains why this approach, while extreme, can be incredibly effective for certain types of creative and scholarly work. The bimodal philosophy, which Newport illustrates through the example of Carl Jung, involves dividing time into distinct periods of deep and shallow work. This approach requires setting aside extended periods, at least a full day, for deep work while maintaining the flexibility to handle shallow obligations during other times. Newport provides detailed strategies for implementing this approach, including how to prepare for deep work periods and how to transition between deep and shallow modes effectively. The rhythmic philosophy, which Newport suggests is most suitable for many knowledge workers, involves creating a daily habit of deep work. He explains the psychology behind habit formation and why this approach can be particularly effective for those with more structured work lives. The chapter includes specific techniques for implementing the rhythmic philosophy, such as the chain method, where you mark each day of successful deep work on a calendar, creating a visual chain you try not to break. Newport then introduces the journalistic philosophy, named after Walter Isaacson's ability to write books while maintaining a demanding job as a journalist. This approach involves fitting deep work into any available time slot, but Newport warns it requires significant experience with deep work to execute effectively. He provides strategies for developing the mental muscles necessary to make this approach viable. The chapter then moves into detailed ritualization strategies for deep work. Newport explains why having specific routines around deep work sessions can help trigger and sustain states of intense focus. He breaks down the components of an effective deep work ritual: location, where you'll work and for how long, how you'll work, rules and boundaries to keep you focused, and how you'll support your work: food, coffee, exercise, etc. A significant portion of this chapter is devoted to what Newport calls grand gestures, dramatic changes to your normal environment that help support deep work. He uses examples like J.K. Rowling checking into a luxury hotel to finish writing Harry Potter, and Bill Gates taking think weeks in a secluded cabin. Newport explains the psychology behind why such gestures can be effective and provides guidance on implementing them on various scales. Rule 2. Embrace boredom. This chapter delves into the profound connection between deep work and meaningful living. Newport begins by exploring the neurological basis of how our brains construct meaning, drawing on research that shows how focused attention significantly impacts our perception of life's meaning. He explains that when we engage in deep work, our brains form stronger neural connections, leading to more meaningful experiences compared to scattered, shallow activities. The chapter then examines Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's concept of flow, a state of intense concentration where time seems to disappear and work feels effortless. Newport demonstrates how deep work naturally creates the conditions necessary for flow experiences, including clear goals, immediate feedback, and freedom from distractions. He argues that since flow experiences are strongly correlated with life satisfaction, deep work becomes a crucial pathway to happiness and fulfillment. Newport challenges the popular passion mindset and introduces the craftsman mindset as a more effective approach to work. Rather than focusing on what your job can offer you, the craftsman mindset emphasizes the value you're creating and the skills you're developing. This perspective aligns naturally with deep work, as genuine expertise requires sustained, focused attention over time. The philosophical dimension of deep work is explored through various traditions that emphasize the human need to see direct connections between actions and results. Newport argues that deep work satisfies our fundamental desire for meaningful engagement with the world. He critiques modern work culture, showing how trends toward shallow work and constant connectivity have diminished opportunities for meaningful engagement. The chapter concludes by synthesizing these neurological, psychological, and philosophical perspectives to present deep work as not just a productivity tool, but as a path to a more meaningful life. Newport emphasizes that by engaging in deep work, we simultaneously create value for the world and craft more fulfilling professional lives, making it an essential practice for modern knowledge workers. Rule 3. Quit social media. In this provocative chapter, Newport challenges the conventional wisdom about social media's importance in modern life. He begins by examining the common justifications for social media use, particularly in professional contexts, and systematically dismantles them. The chapter introduces the concept of the any-benefit approach to tool selection, the idea that we justify using a tool if we can identify any possible benefit, no matter how small. Newport contrasts this with what he calls the craftsman approach to tool selection, where tools are evaluated based on their core value to our most important goals. He provides a detailed framework for applying this approach, including specific criteria for evaluating whether a particular tool truly serves our deeper objectives. This section includes case studies of professionals who have succeeded without social media, challenging the notion that these tools are essential for modern success. The chapter provides a detailed protocol for the 30-day social media detox experiment. Newport explains exactly how to conduct this experiment, including how to prepare, what to expect during the detox, and how to evaluate the results. He addresses common concerns and objections, providing specific strategies for maintaining professional networks and personal relationships without heavy social media use. Newport also explores the neurological and psychological impacts of social media use, drawing on research about attention fragmentation and cognitive load. He explains how the intermittent reinforcement mechanisms used by social media platforms create addictive behavioral patterns that undermine our ability to focus deeply. Rule 4. Drain the shallows. In this final strategic chapter, Newport provides comprehensive guidance on minimizing shallow work to make room for deep work. He begins by introducing the concept of fixed schedule productivity, a radical approach where you fix your work schedule, for example, ending at 5:30 p.m. every day, and work backward to make your reduced hours more productive. Newport explains how this constraint paradoxically increases productivity by forcing you to be more intentional with your time. The chapter introduces several powerful techniques for managing time. The first is what Newport calls schedule every minute of your day. He provides a detailed methodology for this practice, including how to block out your day in advance, how to handle unexpected interruptions, and how to revise your schedule as the day progresses. This isn't about creating a rigid, unchangeable schedule, but rather about maintaining a thoughtful approach to time allocation throughout the day. Newport then introduces a novel approach to evaluating activities based on their depth. He provides a systematic framework for determining how deep or shallow different professional activities are, helping readers make more informed decisions about time allocation. This includes specific criteria for evaluating tasks and a mathematical approach to calculating a task's depth. The author explains how to use this framework to gradually increase the amount of deep work in your schedule while systematically reducing shallow obligations. The chapter addresses the particularly challenging issue of email management. Newport provides detailed strategies for becoming hard to reach, including specific email filters, auto-responses, and sender filters. He explains how to set up these systems while maintaining professional relationships and meeting legitimate communication needs. This section includes specific scripts and templates for different types of email responses and strategies for training correspondents to respect your communication protocols. A significant portion of this chapter is devoted to negotiating with supervisors and colleagues about reducing shallow work. Newport provides specific strategies for these conversations, including how to frame the discussion in terms of value creation and organizational benefits. He addresses common objections and provides concrete examples of how to gradually shift your work pattern toward deeper engagement. Conclusion. The book concludes with a powerful synthesis of its key ideas and their broader implications for modern work and life. Newport returns to the fundamental argument that deep work is not just a productivity tool, but a philosophical stance toward the role of knowledge work in a meaningful life. He examines the professional benefits of implementing deep work practices, including accelerated career advancement, faster skill acquisition, and higher quality output. The author provides evidence from various fields showing how deep work can lead to breakthrough achievements and distinguished careers. This section includes specific examples of professionals who have used deep work to achieve extraordinary results in their fields. Newport also explores the personal benefits of deep work, extending beyond professional success. He discusses how deep work can lead to a more satisfied and meaningful life by providing regular experiences of flow, a sense of craftsmanship, and the satisfaction of creating valuable work. The author explains how reducing shallow work can lead to reduced stress, better work-life balance, and more meaningful leisure time. The conclusion addresses the future of deep work in an increasingly connected world. Newport argues that as shallow work becomes more prevalent, the ability to perform deep work will become increasingly valuable and distinguishing. He predicts that those who cultivate this skill will have significant advantages in the future economy. The book ends with a call to action, encouraging readers to view deep work not just as a practical skill, but as a philosophical commitment to what matters most in knowledge, work, and life. Newport provides final guidance on getting started with deep work practices, emphasizing the importance of starting small and building gradually. Throughout the book, Newport maintains a careful balance between theoretical understanding and practical application. He combines research from psychology, neuroscience, and organizational behavior with concrete examples and actionable strategies. The result is both a compelling argument for the importance of deep work and a practical manual for implementing it in various professional contexts. The author's final message emphasizes that while the transition to deep work may be challenging, the benefits, both professional and personal, make it worth the effort. He encourages readers to view the development of deep work ability as a journey rather than a destination, with each step bringing increasing rewards in terms of both productivity and personal satisfaction. This comprehensive guide serves not only as a practical manual for implementing deep work, but also as a philosophical framework for approaching knowledge work in the 21st century. Newport's careful analysis and practical strategies provide readers with the tools they need to cultivate this crucial skill in an increasingly distracted world. And there you have it, folks. We've just journeyed through Deep Work by Cal Newport, uncovering the strategies and insights that can help you reclaim your focus and boost your productivity in a world full of distractions. We started with an overview of Newport's compelling argument for the power of deep work and why mastering focus is essential for achieving high-impact results. Then, we covered some of the key techniques Newport shares for building a deep work habit, from scheduling focused blocks of time to embracing solitude and minimizing shallow work. For those who tuned in for the spoiler-free summary, I hope you now have a sense of how deep work can transform your approach to work, study, or any creative pursuit. Newport's ideas are not just about productivity. They're about cultivating a mindset that lets us bring our best selves to our goals. And for those who stuck around for the detailed breakdown, I hope you've come away with practical strategies to implement in your daily life. From organizing your day to prioritizing what matters, Newport's techniques empower us to build careers and lives centered around high-quality work and sustained focus. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into life-changing books. Newport reminds us that mastering focus is not only a skill. It's a competitive advantage that can bring clarity, fulfillment, and success. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep reading, stay focused, and keep striving for deep work in all you do.